guys, welcome everybody to another episode of Up and Foiling, your favorite SailGP and America's Cup podcast. How are you doing, guys?
We're back, baby.
Yeah, pretty good, Theo.
We are back for our sixth season event, the third in the US, and this time we are heading to the Big Apple.
Do you know the latest news in SailGP, Big House? Have you been tracking what's going on?
Yeah, but I mean, you can start and then I can comment something. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't been studying, huh?
No, exactly.
Latest is that Deadpool and Wolverine teamed up and bought a SailGP team, right? So, Theo, tell us all about it.
Yeah, it's. I think they are both Australian actors. Which recently, I think Hugh Jackman, I'm pretty sure. Reynolds, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they are Australians, and that's why they got involved in this new sponsor for the Australian team, which now it's not called Australia anymore. Also on the SailGP website, which kind of got me really confused when I was checking the standing before. It's called BONDS Flying Roos. Roos, not Roots. Before I was making confusion before the recording, but why it's called Roos? Why it's called Roos Big House?
Well, I imagine that Roos stands for kangaroos, like just removing kanga from the roos.
That was perfect for you, Big House. Our followers will get to know you.
Yeah. They have chosen this fancy name, I will guess, but for us, they will be forever the Australian team. Yeah.
Definitely. And also we have some news from France team, right, Ricky? You are the only one that studied.
It's part of a trend, right? It's people buying up these SailGP teams. I think they're going pretty... people are trying to buy them up, so it's a good news for the sport. Let's see if someone can buy also this USA team. Maybe it's cheaper because of recent results. Yeah. I don't know, but the football player Mbappe did a similar move a few months ago with the French team. So backing up the team, bringing some money in the sport, always good to see. And it's part of a similar trend that we've seen also in the E1 series. I don't know much about it, Big House. Do you know about this series? Maybe you've seen it in Lake Como.
No, I've not been in Como, but they travel like super fast with these electric boats. Yeah, I think they are pretty nice to see. Maybe we can cover some of the events in the future, but we're more focused on sailing actually.
Powered by nature, remember, powered by nature.
Powered by nature. We are talking about electric boats and not petrol engine boats, but it depends where you get the energy from. But they are super fast electric boats running.
Are they foiling? Do they foil?
They have foil as well. So we are about to cover them in up and foiling in some sense. Please,
guys,
tell us in the comments.
Mercy. I cannot learn so much stuff. I cannot learn another 12 teams.
Yeah, then we'll ask Theo to do a recap of what's happened in the latest races and the different names and so on. But in E1 series, we've also seen like famous ownerships of different teams. We've seen Tom Brady. Who's Tom Brady, Big House?
Like Tom Brady is a very, very famous American football
there you go.
player. Yeah.
Then we have actors.
We have Will Smith. You know who Will Smith is?
Yeah, I think he threw hit someone at the Oscars some time ago.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's not into acting so much anymore. He's moved to buying up E1 series teams.
That's a good spot, I think. Yeah.
Guys, we are going
moving away from
out of the path of SailGP.
Yeah,
our followers will not follow anymore.
Thank you for bringing us back on the true path.
This weekend, races will be held basically at the home of American Magic, a team that we have got to know, at least for me. I got to know it during the America's Cup. And so it's the last race actually outside Europe, apart from the season finale in Abu Dhabi. The next 5 races will be held in Europe, in the old continent. So nice.
For us.
I think before the recording here, I was really thinking it will be really spectacular to see pictures and videos from SailGP basically racing with a Statue of Liberty in the background and all the skyscrapers behind. So I was kind of thinking, yeah, US and also Australia kind of offered a very nice scenery for these races. I am not sure if in Europe we will get to be so spectacular, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, in New York, basically, we will have a very, very nice landscape where we will see the F50 boats racing, and I'm so eager to see them running and racing with the
Yeah, in the past we've seen it quite tricky in New York because of the light winds sometimes, and because of the skyscrapers, right? There's all there's like these big walls that block the wind. And of course, SailGP being SailGP, they want it to be very, very close to the shore, close to the fans. And so yeah, it's a tricky scenario, that one of New York, and we'll see how it unfolds in the weekend. We have a few teams back. That's right, Theo?
Yeah, we have Denmark back. Denmark, it's a team that we will talk about later during the Fanta Foils because it's a tragedy for me and the big house. So it was not competing in San Francisco because of the accident they basically had in Los Angeles where they hit the mark and destroyed the foil. And we will also have, of course, Australia back, which was like the collapsed boat in San Francisco. And of course, all of the other teams, they will also have the new structure, which should be safer.
Yeah, so let's hope that the team doesn't have to do more repairs and they take care of all the hardware this weekend. But we still want close racing, so it's a trade-off of how close they want to get and maintaining those boats intact, of course, and avoiding penalty points. You've seen they've been so important during the season. Moving on, we were talking about New York Yacht Club, right? It's based in New York. It's got all this tradition in the America's Cup, and it's the home race for the US. How has the US been doing in recent events, Big House?
I mean, in recent events, we have seen like the US team struggling a bit. Actually, yeah, they were not successful in the home event. So we really hope that in New York they could be back on track with what they did, like at the first season of SailGP here in the Big Apple in New York.
Mm-hmm.
They did a super great, like a third position finish. And maybe this time around they can, let's say, improve their standing position in the championship, and maybe getting all the support of the fans here in New York. So we are really hoping they can find their way in this season.
The fans that could watch the race directly from Governor's Island, the racetrack is between Governor's Island, which is the bigger in the New York Bay, Ellis Island, which is pretty famous for the immigration in the early 90s, and the island where the Statue of Liberty is. So, as we said, a pretty nice landscape. But luckily, Ricky, you are the expert and you can tell us that nice landscape does not necessarily mean that you have dramatic race because of lack of wind. So very nice to see, maybe very boring to follow, I don't know. And the races will be from 3:30 p.m. local time. That means 9:30 p.m. in Europe. So this time we don't have to wake up crazily early in the morning. It's pretty chilled, the time.
And 9:30 a.m. then in the morning for those watching out from New Zealand and Australia, right? Remember, we also have all those followers down there.
Yeah, so sorry.
Yeah. It's a pretty good timing though, really, when it's in New York. I must say they should have more events on the East Coast because it puts together pretty much all the time zones of the main following of the sport pretty well. It combines them.
Although in New Zealand it's 9 a.m. of Monday.
Oh, Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can always like open a window on your PC and just look at the race.
While you have your morning
While you
coffee.
have yeah, exactly. Coffee break and just a bit of SailGP. It's not bad.
This part will go directly to the boss of Big House.
And then you can comment also with your colleagues, and tell them, oh, look, there's this wonderful sport. It's called SailGP. And then there's these 3 guys doing the podcast that are so famous.
Exactly.
It's got our
And
audience.
you can be happy or you can be completely sad and in despair because of what you did in the Fanta Foils.
Oh, time for Fanta Foils.
Time for Fanta Foils.
So let's recap the standings after LA, right? We saw me, unfortunately, at 1 point, trailing behind Big House and Theo, that are both at 3 points. But don't despair, things are going to change. I'm going to catch up because after the results of San Francisco, what do we see? We see that we decided this week that we're going to each comment the results of somebody else, right? So I'm going to go with those of Theo. And Theo put as event winner in San Francisco, New Zealand. Let's remember, quite a long time ago, the event winner was Spain in San Francisco, so no point there. And then up and foiling, Theo, you put Denmark, and they didn't even participate, so not very good. And finally, as a nosedive, you put Italy, that ended 8th, if I can count correctly. The positions here, 8th, yeah. And there also, I think it's not really a nosedive. It's pretty much their average result along the season. So no points for you, Theo. Unfortunately, for San Francisco, you remain at 3 points in our Fanta Foils.
Now I have to choose who to comment. I want to not.
No, you have to choose. You have to choose Ricky, because otherwise I will comment myself.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, you have to choose a Big House.
You have to choose.
I have to choose Big House. Okay,
Yeah.
Big House. Your results kind of mirror my emotions after my Fanta Foils.
Yeah,
You also put
unfortunately.
Great Britain as an event winner, and Great Britain arrived 7th.
Oof,
so
they did very
no
bad.
luck. Then you put Denmark like me as up and foiling. I feel you. Cannot say anything. And then you put Switzerland as a nosedive, and Switzerland did what? 6. So no luck for you also with a nosedive.
Switzerland
Yeah.
did pretty good results in San Francisco, right?
We didn't bring enough unluck to these teams. We have to do the owl a bit more this time.
We'll see this time, yeah. And finally, I have to comment Ricky's result. Actually, he put Australia as event winner, and you weren't so far. I mean, yeah, it was not among the let's say the first 3 teams, but it was right behind.
It was
Right.
until the wind collapsed.
And exactly.
They were doing okay.
No, you're right. We had this little big problem there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but okay. Yeah, but in the end, let's say if we consider just the points and not the collapse of the wing, that was something, let's say, completely not related to the team. It's just a structural problem of the boat. Actually, yeah, you were not so far. So you were almost, I would say, about to get it. Okay. Then you did a very good job with France, because yeah, France finished the weekend in 3rd position. So yeah, up and foiling. Definitely, that's
We
an up and
decided
foiling.
with a lot of mercy to give you 1 point.
Oh.
No, I think it's right. I mean,
From
it's
your
right,
leadership
for sure.
of 3 points in front of
Yeah, 200% more than you.
Oh. I'm
And
catching up.
finally, we have this nosedive. You put New Zealand, but actually New Zealand, okay, was just behind Australia, so they finished like in 5th position. So yeah,
I could almost argue, they were
No.
there in
So
the
Ricky
leaderboard.
has 2 points, and we have 3 points.
They did
and now
pretty
we
bad.
move on. Now we
Right,
move on with the prediction for New York for the
Yeah,
Big Apple.
let's move on.
Okay,
Alright.
okay. So this leaves us after San Francisco with me catching up at 2 points and Theo and Big House both leading this leaderboard, even points at 3. Let's see if I can catch them up and maybe overtake this week, or if they'll take even more the lead. So we're gonna do it bullet. Event winner.
Great Britain.
Australia.
And France for me. Up and foiling.
Brazil.
USA.
And Denmark. Finally, nosedive.
Italy.
So bad too. But I've chosen Switzerland this time.
And Canada for me. So there you have it. These are our picks for Fanta Foils. We want to know yours in the comments. Let's make it a thing. And as we've seen, also betting is up on SailGP now. They've made new partnership for betting. I wouldn't bet on our picks, as you see, but you have to do as you like.
And that's it for our New York preview. We are really waiting for some action after such a long break in between. We hope weather conditions are good, right?
Well, okay, to start with, I will say that on Saturday we have this low wind conditions. The medium wind speed will be around 4 knots, whereas on Sunday we have a mean wind forecasted to be around 10 knots. So we have good hope for Sunday. Yeah, we'll see on Saturday how we will manage to do with the wind.
They probably need sails taller than skyscrapers in New York.
Yeah.
Get them going.
Yeah.
And on that, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and follow us. See you after the New York SailGP.
All right.
All right.